Greetings. Welcome back. I'm Precious McGill, and this is 15 Minutes Closer. Every Sunday, I'm going to come to you with a 15-minute video to help keep you inspired through your week. For those of you who are joining me for the third time, welcome back. Thank you for the feedback. I hope, this is my hope, that you would use these videos to keep you encouraged. Play them back if you need to, but I want to give a word, give a message that's in my spirit, share it with you, okay? As with the last two episodes and with every episode coming up, we're going to talk about a topic. Today our topic is faith. It's that thing that you only need a little bit of to keep you going, okay? Now, what is faith? I thought it would be a good idea to read you the definition of faith, okay? So this isn't like Precious's opinion or ideas. I'm telling you what I know, okay? Faith is defined as something that you have complete trust in. Okay? Now, to have complete trust is a radical thing. It's an extreme thing. It means that no matter what, you know that a thing is going to happen. Now, this is what I want people to move away from. Move away from the need to manipulate outcomes and situations and move into a space of allowance. Allow things to be the way they are. Okay? And what you will realize, what you will come to know is that they're better than you could have ever imagined or hoped for. And it's exactly what you need. Okay? So faith is the opposite of fear. Okay? Fear is defined as a feeling of anxiety or concern regarding an outcome. Okay? So if you're fearing, you're not faithing. I like those words, that little play on words, because it kind of helps you look at faith as an action as opposed to this broadly defined construct. Because though it is, faith is absolutely an action. You have to have movement for that thing. And sometimes that movement is getting out of your way and being still. Let me let you in on something. Each and every one of us are dealing with a thing in our life. No matter how good things are, there will always be something to deal with. It is a part of the human experience. You can no more escape pain and trouble in circumstances or situations in your life than you can escape breathing if you want to be alive. It's that serious. The thing is, the difference between happy people or peaceful people and struggling people is the knowing that no matter what, I'm gonna be okay. You see some people who have it all and then they lose it. And then they're not okay. Let me let you in on another secret. They weren't okay to begin with. Because if your happiness is tied into people, place, and things, you are simply not happy. Happiness is peace. It is not joy. Joy is not sustainable. It comes in flashes. You get a spark of joy. But peace can be maintained in any situation. So when you're feeling fear in your life, faith it out. Push it out with the faith. Okay? If you are worried or having regret over what has happened, what you have done, you're living in the past. Okay? That past has no hold on you outside of what your mind gives it. You have to set yourself free from your past. Forgive yourself. Release yourself from the shame that you feel. Regret is living in the past. Anxiety is fear for what will come. You're afraid of what's going to happen. Now look, just because you have faith doesn't mean that unfavorable or undesirable things are not going to occur. You can't manipulate life or God, for that matter, to make things go exactly the way you want. And if everything went exactly the way you wanted, do you know how much you would be missing out on? If all the people that you feared at one point or another never left your life, like you didn't want them, I don't want you to leave. We have that fear. We don't want that person to depart from us, whether death took them or a relationship gone bad, professional or personal. We realize that when it's done, the thing that we're fearing didn't happen. We're still okay. And many of us have to learn how to be okay with just being okay. You're alive. You can breathe. Okay? That's a gift. It's a blessing. Allow gratitude to shift you into a place of faith. Do anything to get your mind off of the fear, okay? Because when you're feeling fear, you're not having enough faith. Now remember, with faith, all you need is a mustard seed, a small little tiny bit of faith. But the problem is you move away from that. Stay there in that small, still space. Just have enough faith to get you through. Now, also, I want you to look at how we tend to have faith that God will do a thing. No, move, shift. God is doing a thing right now. You just can't see it. Give me a sign, Lord, and then I'll be faithful. No, faith comes without seeing. The only thing that you may be able to see next is the next step that's right in front of you. And hey, I've been there. Some people, we don't even know what the next step is. And guess what? That's where God wants you to be sometimes so you can see him. Just be still, be present. Not knowing what is going to happen, but knowing that God will always intervene. God can do anything. It could be the 11th hour. It could be 11:59 and you still can't see it. But you just have to know. Know, not see, just know. I want to read something to you. It's from Sir Rabindranath Tagore. He was a literary artist, a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He says, faith is the bird that sings when dawn is still dark. Now, many of us have been awakened in the morning by the sound of birds chirping. When that sun begins to rise and the light starts to appear and changes the way things look, that is the dawn happening. Those birds begin to sing. It's instinctive. It's in their DNA. It's who they are. But that bird that sings before the light hits, that bird is called faith. Have the faith before you can see. When the light comes, we can see what the dark hides. But it is in the darkness that faith is vital. You know, what occurs to me is that faith has been the most difficult when I've experienced loss. I've experienced loss in my life, the loss of loved ones, some of whom I've had to watch them leave this plane slowly and even draw the last breath in their body. And it was very painful, but it was faith that pulled me through that situation. Faith that where they were headed to was better than where I am. And that God is the author of life and death. And that when we draw the last breath God is the author of life, and only death can be had when God allows it to happen. And when a person is dying and there's nothing anybody can do, and the doctor has put that person on hospice, because no matter what the medical intervention, no change is happening. In fact, it can quicken their death. To watch that happen with someone can be very painful. But if we switch from fear of what's going to happen or fear of what it's going to be like when that person's no longer here with us, we can experience peace in that moment, but through faith. It is through faith. Okay? Faith this whole thing out. When you don't know what to do, be still. When you don't know what step to take, be still, breathe, and then move into a place of knowing. If you can't have complete faith, by all means, have hope, because hope falls short of faith. Hope is thinking that it might work. Some people think that's faith. That's not faith. That's hope. Thinking it may work is a better place of being that no matter what, it ain't going to work. It's not happening. I can't see it. So move from that place of doubt into hope. and stay in hope until you can move into faith. But faith is absolutely a beautiful place to be. Faith is what helps you when you don't get that job you've been wanting, because you'll have faith in knowing that God has more for you, that what you called out for is unfolding in your life even when you can't see it. Many of us know about the story of the carpenter. The carpenter comes and the people have asked for the best. So the carpenter comes later than they expected and they say, we commissioned you. We pay you top dollar to give us the best. Where are our oak floors? But the carpenter says, you asked me for the best. Though you asked for oak, I happen to know marble is the best. Marble takes more time to cut, to carry, to lay. And it requires skilled laborers to do so. So that story can help remind us of when we think God is moving too slow. Hello? Or that it's not happening quick enough. Oh yes, it's happening in divine timing. Exactly the way it's supposed to unfold. Even those things that we don't understand. Even those things that hurt us. Like, why me? Pain is inherent in the human experience. But God never gave us or took us into a place that he wouldn't cover us. So we just have to have faith long enough to get through the situation. And some of us, have waged or set off to fight a battle that we just simply believe we can't win. Maybe your finances aren't right and things are feeling overwhelming. Maybe you have a loved one who is suffering with mental health and they're having a hard time just existing or living. Or maybe that person is you. Listen, people, you have to, if you're a 3-person team or you're a 1-person team and you're fighting a giant, you have to march into battle with a victory song. In your spirit, you have to go in knowing that no matter what the outcome is, that you will be victorious. And it doesn't mean that you will win the case or things will go the way you planned. It just means that you're going to be okay at the end of this whole thing. Try something new. Try something different. March into battle with a victory song in your heart, knowing that it's already done in the mind of God, because that's what the truth is, even though you can't see it. Now, why can't you see it? Is it because you're blinded? No. It's like when a baby comes into this earth. They can see, but they can't really focus. And then they learn how to focus. And then they learn how to, or they develop in a way that gives them perspective. So if faith is a new thing that you're trying out, remember, you're a baby in this thing. You're not going to come out knowing what you're seeing or having perspective. It takes time. One thing I like to do, or one thing I've done to help me develop my faith, is to learn how to be still. Be in this present moment. How do I become present? One exercise I like to do is simply be still enough to swallow and hear the click that happens between your throat and your ears. Let's do that together. You hear that little sound? Most of us are so busy going, so busy thinking, we don't even slow down enough to breathe and hear our own body. Tune into yourself, because it's from the inside that we know God is operating in divine timing. It's that divine thing that's born inside of each and every one of us that knows that God is operating on our behalf and not against another person, okay? So, in between now and next week, I hope you're giving yourself 15 minutes daily of self-care, and I hope you're switching from fear to faith. My name is Precious McGill, and I hope you've gotten 15 minutes closer. God bless you.